So England kick off at the World Cup in 2 weeks' time, facing Croatia. Croatia is a team that we've got a lot of history with, particularly in recent years. Faced them quite a few times, and there's been some very good encounters with Croatia as well in these fixtures as well. And they're always a team that, of course, has problems. They're always a team that have, it's always a very close game when England and Croatia play. So I'd expect nothing less here. I'd expect a really tough game, and on paper this is the toughest game we've got in the group, so it's good in some ways that we're going to get that one done first, and if we can get a good result in this, it sets us up really nicely for the rest of the group stage. And it's this Croatia, like I said, good side. They're going under the radar a bit of this tournament, but they're still a very experienced, very good side that I feel could have a very good tournament. Maybe not the team there was in 2018, but certainly have good players in every position. They've got quality in every area of the pitch. They've got a feeling they could have a good tournament as well. I could see it happening. I think there's still a lot of good experienced players in their team. Players like obviously still got Modric, who'll captain them. He obviously had the season at AC Milan. You've got Kovacic, you've got Perisic, and you've got other players that have come through since the previous tournaments as well. You've got players like Rivaldo, and they've got a lot of quality, Croatia, still. And I still feel like if we've got to be completely at our best to start this tournament off with, because they're not a team that will go down easy. So today I'm going to go through what I think the starting 11 should be for this game. What 11 I think we should start off with in this game, because it's there's a lot of options obviously with the squad we've brought. There's been some controversial decisions. There's been there's been a few players, a few call-ups and a few absences that have raised eyebrows for sure. But it's certainly have got a lot of quality players to pick from still. So I'm going to go through the players that we've brought, taken to the tournament with us, who I think should start in what positions. Because some of the team picks itself, but there is a real debate in certain positions over who should play, obviously. But I'm going to be going through that today. Before the tournament kicks off, there is of course 2 warm-up games, friendlies. I'm not sure quite how Thomas Tuchel's going to manage this, whether he's going to go full strength team in both of them. But I think what he could well do is go for the 11 he wants to start the tournament with in one of the games, then rotate for the other one. But I'm unsure at the moment. Now, Croatia England, a lot of history in this fixture. 2018 was a very notable occasion, but when they beat us, but since then we've always had the upper hand against them, so it's important that we get off to a good start in this tournament, and this is the 11 that I think we should pick in order to do that. So in goal, the goalkeeper is obvious. Jordan Pickford obviously will start in goal. Pickford's a keeper I really like. I think he's brilliant, and he's always top class for England, never lets England down, always steps up for England, and it has to be him that starts in goal for sure. And I do think he certainly got the call-ups right for the goalkeepers. Pickford, Trafford, Henderson, it had to be those 3 really. But of course Jordan Pickford will be starting in goal. Now I imagine that Thomas Tuchel seems to go for a back 4. That seems to be the preferred thing for England, and he seems to be quite often a 4-2-3-1, something that resembles that, and I reckon that's how we'll set up in this tournament. So that's kind of what I'm going to base this line up on, that formation. Defenders, there's a lot of options obviously to go for, but I think I know what it should be. I'd say at right back has to be Reece James. Reece James is one of the few bright sparks in a really poor season for Chelsea. I've watched him week in, week out. He's had obviously an injury. He's had some bad luck with that injury, but when he has played, he has been a standout player in what's been a bad season for us. He's also the captain, he's a leader, and I think he's definitely who I think should start in that position for England. I've seen enough of him over the course of the season to suggest that he's earned that starting 11 position, and he's someone who's played under Thomas Tuchel before as well, so there's that link there already. And I would definitely go for Reece James to start as right back for England at this tournament. His fitness has obviously improved. He's had time out injured this season, but the previous seasons he's had a lot longer out injured, and he's missed previous tournaments because of this injury before, I think he really deserves his chance to start in this tournament. I think in terms of the centre backs, I think it has to be Ezri Konsa as the right-sided one. Of course, Europa League winner of Aston Villa, finishing the top four with Aston Villa as well. Aston Villa have had a fantastic season. Ezri Konsa has played a massive part in that. And when you think as well about how quickly he's risen to this level as well, it wasn't that long ago, only a couple of years back, he made his international debut. Now he's probably the player that's going to start the tournament. And I think it has to be Mark Guehi. I think that's definitely the best defensive partnership we've got, for sure. I think he'll go on the right side. I think if you look at since his transfer from Man City, he's really made a difference at Man City. Their season improved since he come in January. He's had some big moments for them. He's played well in some big games, and top defender. And I think along to Ezri Konsa, Mark Guehi, a very good partnership at the back. That's a very strong defensive back line there for sure. And I think on the left back, I think it has to be Nico O'Reilly, of course. I think definitely one of the first names on the England team sheet. I think that position will be his at the tournament. It's got to be. He's been absolutely brilliant this season. He's been excellent for Man City this season. He's really announced himself. We've always knew how good he is. We've always knew the potential was there, the quality was there. We've seen him have good moments in previous seasons, but as this season, he's really stepped up and really announced himself. And I think he's going to announce himself on the international stage in this tournament. I think he's going to be a very important player for England. I think he has to start at that left back position if this is the formation we play. Can obviously play as a midfielder as well, but I can see him starting as a left back in this tournament for England. As a big game player as well. He's got some big moments in the big games for Man City this season. He's kept them in the title race. He won the League Cup single-handedly with his 2 goals he got in the final. Then a couple of weeks later, when they beat Arsenal again, to stay in the title race, brilliant assist for Haaland. So this is the thing, the big games, the big moments, he steps up and performs. So Nico O'Reilly starting the left back for sure. Now the 2 midfielders that I would go for is, I think one of them obviously has to be Declan Rice. That's just a banker. Declan Rice will start in that central midfield role. Who will partner him, I suppose, is the question, which I'll get to in a minute. But Declan Rice this season is a Champions League finalist with Arsenal, a Premier League winner with Arsenal. He's been one of the most important players for them over the course of the whole season. Top player, so it has to be him that starts. And I think alongside him, I think it's got to be Elliot Anderson. From what I've seen from him this season at Forest, been so impressive with him. He's got a good defensive side to his game. He's good going forward as well. He has got a goal in him as well, potentially as well. Offers so much to his game, and I think alongside Declan Rice, I think you've got a very good partnership there. And you've got someone who will not only help the defence out, but also really offer a lot going forward as well. He's done so well for Forest this season. He's such an important player for them when he's had off the field stuff going on in his own life as well. So very impressive him this season. It's going to be a big summer for him as well, because he potentially could be getting a big move this summer, and I think he's going to have a very good World Cup as well. So I think Declan Rice, Elliot Anderson, the 2 I'll go for in the midfield. Now the front 4, of course, I imagine we'll go for the 3 behind the striker. So a lot of options for the winger, a lot of options to go just behind the striker as well. There's a lot of options to this part of the pitch. We've got someone like Eze, it's a good option. Anthony Gordon, a very good option, could well be in that 11. We've seen the big absences as well, of course. No Palmer, no Gibbs White, no Phil Foden. The fact none of them 3 were called up is questionable. Now I don't want to question Thomas Tuchel because he done such good things for Chelsea. Such a good manager for us that I want to trust his judgment here. Although I have to say I was a bit surprised with the fact that none of those 3 in particular were called up. I mean, Palmer and Foden, it felt like both of them couldn't go because the form just wasn't there this season, but one of them I think should have gone. And just particularly with Palmer, is I think a good thing with Palmer is if he comes off the bench when you're trailing the game, he can be a game changer as well. And he's one of those players that only really needs one moment of quality to change the game. We saw that in the final of the Euros where we got the equaliser against Spain a couple of years ago when he come on. But out of the options we've got, I think I know what I would go for at this moment in time. There's a lot of options, obviously, but I think on the right wing has to be Bukayo Saka. Fantastic season. He's obviously had in his club career. He's now Premier League champion with Arsenal, so he's got that winning experience now. He's got a lot of international experience now. He's played in a fair few tournaments now. So he's one of the more. He's actually is one of the more experienced England players, and he's had big moments in the previous tournaments. He's been one of the best players, to be honest, in the previous tournament. So I think he's someone who's always done well for England in the past, and I think that right wing position will be his at this tournament. On the other side, the left wing, for me, it's going to have to be Marcus Rashford. I've been so impressed with him at Barcelona this season, how he's turned his career back around again after just not even being considered for the last few tournaments for England. But this time round, I think he's earned the right to start in that position. And I think if you look at the form he's on at the moment, I think that's who I'll go for to start on that left wing if this is the formation we go for. Now, just behind the striker, now this is one of the big debates really of who's going to start just behind the centre forward role, and I think, I mean, it will either be Jude Bellingham or Morgan Rogers. Personally, I would start the tournament with Morgan Rogers. I think he's had better form this season. He's had the better season. I think he's playing with confidence right now. He's got such a good goal threat as well. And I think he's a player that's in such good form and in such a good moment at the moment that I would start him. Obviously, Bellingham's got more tournament experience, and he's done so well for England in the past. But you know, this is one game at a tournament. There's an extra game in this World Cup. It's been expanded, so you won't be able to play the exact same 11 in every game. There will be subs will always be made as well. So just because someone's not starting doesn't mean they're not in the first game. Doesn't mean they're not going to play a massive role in this tournament. Personally, I would start It's a hard call to make. Personally, I'll start the tournament with Morgan Rogers in that position. I think if you look at his record across the season, the goals and assists, I think he's outperformed Jude Bellingham, and I would, at the moment, I think going on off of form, going off of who I think is going to be the biggest threat right now, I'll go Morgan Rogers, but that one could go either way, and either way, I wouldn't be surprised if either one of them starts, whichever one of them starts in that role, but I have no doubt he'll be one of them that plays that role. Harry Kane, of course, has to be up front. England captain, England top goal scorer, just speaks for himself. But his numbers have just gone up another level at Bayern Munich this season. He's breaking records. He's scoring so many goals, and certainly I'm hoping he's going to do this. I'm sure he'll do the same for England at the World Cup. But he will be the starting striker. I imagine there will be potentially someone like Watkins will come in and play a role in this tournament for sure, because again, so many games, and you know, you don't know what's going to happen in games. There's going to be extra time. You know, not every player is going to play every single minute, so we're going to need the squad. But that's the 11 I would go for personally to start in that first game against Croatia. So let me know what you think. Let me know who you would start where. Personally, that's what I would go for. Few tough calls there. Some of the team, like I said, picks itself, but that is what I'm going to go for. That's who I would start in that first game against Croatia.